What's going on, Sagittarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're getting geeked up for this month so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just epic, Sag. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why I'm so pumped, Sag, because it is Celestial News Monthly. I like that. That felt strong, Sag. But with this monthly spread, whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Sag, let's jump into it. Alrighty, Sagittarius, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great angel around here, Sagittarius. Now, I have Zodiac Oracle cards here with the signs that the sun and the planets are in, and we even have a little lunar shenanigans here, Sagittarius. That's always exciting. I don't get to talk about that much on this channel, so that's always really a special treat. I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But first thing here, Sagittarius, and I have stuff timestamped here, so feel free if this is not something that you're interested in, feel free to skip through this. But I started this thing out with Scorpio. I have these Zodiac dice here. They're 12-sided dice. One has numbers on them, and they represent the houses. The other has the 10 celestial bodies plus the north and the south node on them. So I've just been kind of rolling the dice and just seeing how the energies come up here and how they may resonate with you. So we're going to do that. Just no kind of real rhyme or reason. Interesting. Pisces had Venus too. So, but your focus is a little bit different here, Sagittarius. So you have Venus here for your planetary energy, maybe to focus on. Look to your, if you happen to have your natal chart, look to where your Venus placement's at. If it so happens to be in the 5th house, that might be a little extra, a bit of a auspicious energy for you there, especially if you got Venus and Sagittarius, out of this world. But I feel that with that Venus side of this energy here, Sagittarius, especially since this came up for Pisces too, and considering that one of your rulers, or well, for you, your ruler, Jupiter, is in Taurus, which is the sign, and that's very interesting now that I'm even kind of thinking about that, Sagittarius. But the Venus is in the sign, at least right now when this video is coming out, Venus is in the sign that she's exalted in and the sign that Jupiter traditionally rules. And Jupiter is in the sign that she rules in Taurus. So there's this mutual reception here that's going on. They both are, and it's very interesting for you. And I didn't think of this with Pisces, but there is this, I feel, very supportive energy here that's coming through with like checking in with your relationships and really kind of finding that sense of almost like, I feel like kind of like appreciating the simplicity of your relationships, appreciating the flow. And not that things don't change, but I feel like where things are solidified, where things feel secure, and of course, like the foundation of the, like things around the friendship, I feel like shifts, but the core, I feel like there's something here about appreciating that in this Venus energy here for you, Sagittarius, and thinking about those relationships that do bring you this sense of happiness, this sense of joy, could even be energies that inspire you, because with Venus in this 5th house energy, the 5th house is our house of creativity, the house of pleasures, the house of sexuality, the house of children, the house of, and this I feel is the happiest house of the 12 houses, the most uplifting. And I feel this Venus in the 5th house even is giving this extra sense of like creativity that's coming through here for you, Sagittarius. I feel Sagittarius is one that is a very expansive energy, and this could be maybe you learning through different art forms, and either the doing of these art forms or maybe even just the appreciation of them, getting in a more kind of artistic space, maybe going to a museum, maybe going to some sort of opera or maybe some sort of orchestra, or this could be going to a ballet or something where just something very Venus energy, very Venusian, I feel like, is this energy is kind of asking you to. And this could even be, maybe for some, there is this, if we happen to have children, checking in with the relationships with our children, how those energies have affected, how are those relationships in this growth that's happening there? Is there this there's this harmony, but I feel like this respect for this each, for the individual as well here. That's very interesting there, Sagittarius, this energy for you. But I do feel, especially with how three of the energies kind of combine for me, Sagittarius, I feel there could be this learning through, because the fifth house can too deal with our like how we, is a house of like our personality, how we create. Well, it's similar to like the rising, but it's more so that creative self-expression when we get into that fifth house. This is Leo's house. And so I feel there's even this like a need of some sort of flair here or something with when the Empress, I feel it gets in that kind of Leo energy, or even in that fifth house type of energy. I have Venus actually in Leo, so that can be a very uplifting, and how just I feel like just like how relationships can bring this sense of happiness, and there is a very lovely type of energy. Maybe even focusing again on this, which I'm going to move your energies around just a little bit so we can talk about your ruler. Because I was kind of getting this while I was meditating there. But hopefully you like that there, Sagittarius. It's just something new that I'm just kind of incorporating with these readings here. Just something that kind of intuitively came up. So we're just going to kind of roll with it. But let's, before I get into this reading here, Sag, this is this new flow. But before I get into this energy, Sagittarius, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so applying these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you, yourself. And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching their Sagittarius. Definitely check them out. They're a very intuitive group. They bring very powerful insights. I think they can bring some guide and be like a guiding light on your journey. There's a link for an astrologer I enjoy listening to, a couple of podcasts, and some apps I enjoy working with, and there's a link for a website that gets into like degree theory and things along those lines. It's a very fascinating thing. So if that's something if you've ever come across the term Sabian symbols and that piques your interest, definitely check that out. Actually, I got a hard copy of the book not too long ago, and it's been a treat. So, but before I get into your card here, Sagittarius, let's talk about this energy that Aries is doing in their sign. They're doing a big old birthday bash. Because you have the sun that's entering into Aries, we're into eclipse season now. This is going to be the second eclipse that's going to be happening in Aries season. The first one we'll talk about when we get to Libra, the first one we'll talk about when we get to Libra. But we have a new moon total solar eclipse that's happening in Aries, and that's going to be a pretty interesting one too. We have our first Mercury retrograde that's going to be happening in Aries, and then we have the lovely Venus that's going to be entering into Aries as well. And since you got Venus, let's start with Venus, because Venus is going to be entering into Aries on the 4th of November, man. That'd be the world's longest retrograde for Venus. But on the 4th of April at about 9 p.m., and that'll be Pacific time, and she'll be there until the 29th of April. Now, with this energy here, Venus is in a weird spot in Aries because she's technically in detriment in this sign. This is a sign that Mars rules. And I feel this one for you, Sagittarius, is really, because I feel Sagittarius is one that is very abundant. and being Jupiter ruled. And I feel that Sagittarius, with all this energy that Sag can have, that there could be maybe for some this kind of overgiving energy that may be possibly happening, that may be happening here. And I'm even kind of getting with you, Sagittarius, and that's very interesting. Be mindful of some, like how you may kind of over, like if you've been in sort of any sort of like overindulgence or anything like that, because Aries can be, they're associated with the first house, which deals with, which is our rising sign, the energy that we translate all the chart, our chart energy through the lens that people are kind of our first impressions, and it can be associated with the body. And I'm just getting this energy of watching of how things have affected you. And we're going to talk about that next there, Sagittarius. But this feels that if you've been overgiving, making sure to just check in and be honest with yourself there, Sagittarius. But I feel to be mindful, because trines can be where they're harmonious, there's no resistance there. It's very fast moving energy. And especially when we're getting into that kind of Mercury retrograde energy, just be mindful of that infamous bluntness, that I shouldn't say infamous, that famous honesty that Sag is known for. You know, this I feel like is the Empress still keeping her tact, you know, this that she knows in Libra, but just coming across a bit more, stating her stuff more. There is this more forwardness that's coming with her, but again, it's in a way that is well received. It's a competent type of energy here. No, the Empress knowing what she wants, knew who she is, and not needing to justify that to someone. That's very interesting how that's coming through for you, Sag, there. So definitely take that as it resonates. Now, with the Mercury retrograde, that's interesting how we're kind of going through this, because Mercury's going to go retrograde on the 1st of April at about 3:15 p.m., and then we'll be retrograde through the 25th of April. Now, Mercury's going to go retrograde at 27 degrees 13 minutes of Aries, so they get very far along in the degree before they backtrack here. And I feel that this energy may be for you, Sagittarius, I almost feel that that's interesting. I almost feel like this Mercury's kind of giving you a playground to kind of work with, to kind of cook up some ideas. This is a time I feel for you to get the brain kind of cooking too, because you know Sagittarius I feel like can be associated with like motion and, you know, of course, of long distance travel and things. But there's another, I like how Stephen Forrest, there's this book The Inner Sky that I'm going to include some links now. I got to update my description box, but he talks about Sagittarius energy in a way that I really enjoy, as it's that experience, how you experience life. There's the gypsy, the student, and the philosopher. And I love the idea of that. The gypsy learns and grows through travel, going and meeting different cultures, exchanging goods and things. The student learns through books, goes on adventures of the mind and things. And the philosopher is looking to the heavens, tapping into that intuitive type of energy here. But all of them, that what they have in common is this energy of expansion. So I feel this is a time for you to reflect on what areas that you want to grow, what kind of energies that your body is needing to experience at this time. Especially even thinking about that, how you got that Venus in the 5th house. What are some things that, what ways can we incorporate more fun, even some more kind of creative hobbies and things that even can be incorporated that can just lead to this expansion in a way that I feel just to get you, I feel like you're looking at life in a new type of way. And let's just keep working our way back, because this, and I talk about the degree points and things, because this invites you to look at your chart and see where you have, if you have any points around 27 degrees of where this retrograde is happening, or where Mercury may be stationing direct around 15 degrees 59 minutes in Aries on the 25th. But is to look and to even see where this retrograde is happening in your chart. This can be an opportunity, Sagittarius, for if you want to book a reading with me. We can talk about where those energies are transpiring, how we can reflect on that. Actually, when they're, for me, where this Mercury retrograde is happening, this is happening in my, it'll be happening in my ninth house, which is your house, Sagittarius, the house of, you know, this expansion of law, journey over waters in a sense, but of philosophy, of growth, and what ways I can expand, and reflecting on how I am expanding in, you know, so this I feel is going to tie in nicely, this retrograde energy is going to tie in nicely with this new moon total solar eclipse that's happening in Aries on the 8th of April at about 11:21 a.m. and it's happening at 19 degrees 24 minutes of Aries. So I feel this for you, new moons are an energy of planting new seeds, working with fertile ground here, and I feel this ground is very hot. This is one I feel I'm picturing a lot of mystical energy just kind of pouring into the ground here, Sagittarius, and that's where I feel this eclipse I feel like is happening at a very well-timed place in the Mercury retrograde, because this gives us a chance to really, we're a week in this retrograde. Well, we'll have been a week in this retrograde. It gives our minds a chance to pause and to really think about where we're jumping through, instead of being that impulsive side of Aries, being very intentional with this, being very mindful with this, because I feel for you there may be a bit of a slowdown, which I know we never want to hear that, but in that time where we need to be patient, this kind of Jupiter and Taurus energy, you can, what you do with your time, you can be very constructive with this energy here, Sagittarius. So this is one, again, eclipses bring about really big changes. They can manifest over this 6 months here. And I feel you could be looking back at this brief kind of pause here is just, again, in the grand scheme of things, is going to be worth it. You know, it's something I feel that, considering that Aries energy is so kind of tied to that ascendant, that sense of personality that we build around this ego, this could be just something bigger than I feel you realize there, Sagittarius. So this is a time, again, I feel, to get inspired, and what inspiring energy than the sun entering into Aries on the 19th of March at 8:07 p.m. and we'll be there through the 19th of April, because this is the vernal equinox, Sagittarius. We're entering into springtime, depending on where you're at in the world. The sun is very strong in Aries after Leo. The sun is exalted in Aries, so he's feeling alive again, you know, after going through that nebulous energy of Pisces. Now it's time to be rejuvenated. We've let things go, we've made amends, we've transcended this past year, and now we're into this new portal that's opening with the sun entering into Aries, starting off this new astrological year, and this idea, this rich ground of new expectations, of new growth. And we're starting this thing off, and we're going to be having an eclipse shortly thereafter. So it's going to be a lot of energy right off the bat with this sun entering into Aries. So this can be one where, again, I feel like it's a lot of excitable energy, but we want to be intentional and be mindful with where things are going. You know, what I've been kind of visualizing for you, Sagittarius, it's very kind of similar to Aquarius, how, you know, they call Aquarius the water bearer, but, you know, Aquarius is more so the vessel, and the person holding the vessels, their higher selves. And what I've been feeling with you, Sagittarius, is this, and in that book as well, they had made reference to this, and I really kind of like that, but the idea of Sagittarius, not just, I feel like it's taking the intelligence of the archer and the know-how and the wisdom and what he's learned, and taking it further. And then it's this energy transfer is what I'm picturing with you, and how this thing can grow. That's just the imagery that's coming in there for me, Sagittarius. So I feel this is you even kind of trusting in the unknown in a sense with that kind of analogy there, and seeing where things may lead you, because this energy is forming a trine with your Sagittarius placements, and that is very harmonious energy, but yeah, for you, I just feel like because I've been getting a bit of a need to get in disharmony or accept disharmony to establish that state of harmony with these trines. But yours, I feel more so kind of comes in when we get to the Pisces energy, which we'll talk about that a little bit later there, Sagittarius, because you do have a lot of energy that's kind of coming through here. And we're about to get into the time where we've been in a lot of kind of heavy water and earth type of energy, but now we're getting ready to move into, especially over the next few years, into more kind of, especially with the outer planets, a lot more Pluto being in Aquarius, more air. Neptune will be moving to Aries, more fire. Uranus will be in Gemini. So it's going to be a lot that's going to be going on for your sign. Is going to be one that's going to be pretty active there. So yeah, it's a great energy to get stuff in order. But let's get to your first card here. Oh, no kidding. I love when higher self does that. So Sagittarius, you got the Archer card here in reverse. And this is a card of biding your time and planning ahead. That's basically what I was talking about. So doubling down on that. We don't really, this is what I've been, so take advantage of this. This is the time to move with precision, Sagittarius. I feel like, that, because listen, I have Jupiter's conjunct my ascendant. And so I sometimes can go with that sort of like things will get figured out, that sort of blind faith a little bit. There's one thing when I'm trusting in my higher self, but I remember used to thinking before I really had started doing this sort of work was just sort of like, oh, it always gets worked out. And it always did. But now I feel like it's being intentional with that luck, not just letting it just being in, I feel like you have more control of where your archer, or you're aware of where your archer is, and now you can kind of really, he may still be moving, but now you're aware of where he's shooting. You're just like, now, let's get some tarot with that. That's so fascinating, Sagittarius. Oh, interesting. And Venus is here. All right, Sagittarius. I see it's gonna be that kind of reading. Let's get into it. Let's get intuitive. All right, Sag. Think you're yourself. Let's see what's going on here. All right, so you have the Empress, Venus, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And then you have the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands upright here. And let's talk about these two, the Empress and the King of Pentacles, because both are very abundant figures for me. But I feel that this is where you're at, Sagittarius, this King of Pentacles here, or at least where we're needing to get to. I feel there's some things, some plans that are needing to come into the mix here. Something that's needing to be thoughtful. Something that's needing your sense of care. This is Mars in Capricorn, and that's a hard working. Mars is exalted in Capricorn. That's a great way to work with the energy. In that's very efficient, very focused, very driven. But I feel that this is something that you really want to focus on quality. I feel this is one where you want to be patient, because Mars in Capricorn, where it does work hard, it doesn't rush. This King of Pentacles here is he's focused. He knows he has a lot to play with, a lot of creative energy here, and I feel we don't want to waste that abundance of energy. And I don't want to say waste. I feel like we can be, you could go from this King of Pentacles to this Empress. You know, I feel like in a very, this is Empress goals. That's where I feel like we're aiming towards the Empress. You know, when it comes with this is very interesting what's coming through here, Sagittarius. But I feel that if you're not feeling abundant, if you're letting impatience push you, I feel that this will just lead to more frustration. You know, and I feel like this is going to restrict your view in a sense. So this is something I feel to Sagittarius, like something in this, like when you find, especially when you find yourself maybe hitting a wall or feeling kind of frustrated, or maybe something here, because there's even something here with the Three of Pentacles, like maybe we're waiting on another party that's going on here. Maybe there's a collaborative thing that's coming into the mix here, or there's something that we're working with others and we're needing to bide our time until we're getting some sort of I'm getting like a monetary thing, just even thinking with the Empress. Well, because one of the signs she's associated with is Taurus. But this, I just feel like you're really kind of playing with an abundance of energy here, Sagittarius. Or you have, again, that playground. That was interesting about that Mercury retrograde came through as a playground. Because I just feel like you can just really kind of have some fun with this energy here, with this patience. Find some ways to entertain this energy. That's really fascinating there, Sag. But I think I'm going to leave that there. Yeah, very, very fascinating start here. Now let's hydrate and let's talk about Taurus. Because your ruler, Big Papa, is hanging out in Taurus for at least another couple months. And then we have Uranus that's in Taurus. And let's talk about your ruler, Big Papa. He's been in Taurus since the 16th of May 2023. And he'll be moving out at the 25th of May. And so I feel that this for you, Sagittarius, it probably has been a time where you have needed to, maybe things have felt like they have slowed down a little bit. And maybe you've been, and I feel that this could even be, this slowdown maybe have happened here because Jupiter's asking you, are the things that you value, the things that you've invested in, are they really providing you the abundance that you think they are? Or are we just out of sync with this creative energy, and it's just been sort of like maybe we've been hitting these lucky points every now and again, but it's not been consistent is what I'm really kind of feeling here. That's interesting. This Jupiter in Taurus, I feel like is almost asking you to kind of get back to the basics of you there, Sagittarius. Just kind of find your footing, with what's been going on. Like, because this Archer feels like he doesn't necessarily, he's just been kind of maybe going with the flow, but not in a way, not like I feel like just a trusting in a universe way, but I feel like more so kind of a finding themselves type of way. So I feel this is the time to, if we've been in a sort of aimless energy, to again kind of get focused again with this Jupiter in Taurus. What are some things that we value? What are some areas that we don't feel we have this sense of peace? And really kind of tuning in with even to our senses. Your senses you've noticed have been a bit heightened here with your ruler being in Jupiter over this last year. You've been feeling this more kind of sensual type of energy here. It may be, because I'm getting for some that that's an interesting place, girl, we got a great relationship. But I feel this Empress may have been in this sort of, maybe been in a sort of like too much of a receiving energy and not this, it's sharing in this abundance as well. This giving back type of energy here is what I'm kind of getting for some maybe. So this could be just kind of seeing where things have maybe gotten out of balance in this sense, where maybe an energy exchange has maybe not been flowing. Maybe someone's been picking up a lot of the slack there. Maybe this is you, maybe this is someone else there, Sagittarius, but just apply this if it resonates. But I do feel that you also got too Uranus that's in Taurus, and he's been there since 2018 and will be there till the 25th of, or excuse me, to the 7th of July 2025, and he'll do some retrograding back between Gemini and Taurus. But I feel that's going to be a big question for you, Sagittarius, as far as like what do you value and where that takes you going forward. Jupiter in Uranus are going to be forming I have to look at the exact date, but it's coming up here soon, where they're going to be forming a conjunction. And I feel that there are going to be some changes, that's starting this new conversation that they're getting ready to have. And then Jupiter's going to move ahead of Uranus and take that sense of what you value and take that ahead. And it's very fascinating how I'm getting this. Pay attention to how things have changed, I feel, since 2018, where we're still feeling this lack of security and what we can do going forward from that. This has been, I feel, I'm sure there has been abundance in this, Sagittarius. It may have been one that's been kind of a slow trickle with it being in Taurus. The energy is just naturally a bit slower here. But I do feel that it's an appreciation of the journey as well there, Sag. And because it's very interesting that just like the planets that have been here within this Taurus energy, Uranus is an odd mix with Taurus, and even Jupiter is an odd mix when you think about that, because there is this sense when it comes to the Sagittarius side of this, there isn't that commonality between Taurus and Sagittarius. There's this Sag is on the move, wants to grow, and Taurus is trying to ground and find peace. So let me get some. That's very interesting. Let me get an oracle on this, Sagittarius, and get some more details with us. And I feel this is a time, Sagittarius, just because when Jupiter, I feel like, moves into Gemini, I feel the energies are going to get busy with Gemini. For my experience with the energy, I have my moon sign in Gemini, and it can be a lot. Think you yourself. And I feel that you're going to go from this, it's almost going to be like this stagnancy, and then things may kind of like, the shift may be a bit jarring, is what I'm kind of feeling with that transition from Taurus into, Taurus into Gemini. So, let's see what's going on here. Oh, interesting. So you have the Walker card here, Sagittarius, which is a card of the unknown and a journey. And so I feel this is the time to get something grounded now, to get a plan ahead, start biding your time, because again, when Jupiter moves, I feel, into Gemini, I feel that is going to be one where you may feel your energies feel more fragmented, Sagittarius. You're going to see, I feel, of the oppositions, Gemini and Sagittarius I feel like they have the least friction, because there is a lot of commonalities there, but I do feel there is a potential for a lot of overwhelm there in that cross section. And I feel, especially if you're not sure where you're going, and I don't mean just like it's one thing to have like be divinely guided, trust your intuition and things along those lines, but it's another to kind of lose touch with the journey a little bit. I feel you can almost get to this place where you're almost walking a little bit too much maybe in that, because we need to be grounded in this. There's something here about still needing to be connected with the body in a sense. The Empress is, Venus is always close to the sun, her and Mercury. But there's just, that's one energy. There's another here, Sagittarius, that I almost feel like maybe for some we've been in this question of kind of what do you value, especially I feel with Uranus, with Uranus being there over this years, but what we've found security in has changed. And I feel that especially when that conjunction happens, that there may be this energy here, in which I'll be going over those energies as we get closer to them in the weekly downloads, of course. But there's something here just about there may be something that we may be feeling a little bit resistant at first. There may be some challenges here about incorporating something here, a new energy flow that's coming into the mix, and maybe even a need for some, maybe again, to connect with nature in a way, let that be your guide, having faith in that and being inspired by your surroundings. Even I feel that Jupiter energy in Taurus can translate for you. But let me get some, I love how this stuff is happening. Where there's the Lovers, Gemini energy. So that's very interesting. Oh, and more Gemini energy here with the King of Swords. Let me get the rest of these cards here, Sagittarius, see what's going on. Alright, Sag. Take care of yourself. Oh, and here's Wifey. I love that Queen. So you got the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the High Priestess upright here, Sagittarius. Then, and the Lovers. And you have the King of Swords in reverse here. And there's, with the King of Swords, the direction. I feel for some this energy of not sure where to go. I feel maybe there's this energy here, Sagittarius. I feel that and that's fascinating. It's like I feel for some I'm getting like almost like this projection here of, if you've been overindulging in the energies of Taurus, getting into that sort of like hedonistic, be mindful of the choices that you've made and pay attention to how they've manifested up until now. And has this been in alignment with your journey in the direction that you want to go, Sagittarius? Because I feel that's going to be very important. I mean, just in general, that's for all of us, but I feel there is this kind of highlight for you for some to just kind of get to, there's this side of you that I feel like is learning to trust in maybe where your intuition is trying to guide you. Take some of these this inspiring energy here and just again kind of ground this stuff. Get a game plan here. This could be maybe even working with someone as far as like getting these ideas maybe put together with the King and Queen of Pentacles here. Very kind of strong kind of business sense. This could be maybe even for some like even kind of like with these people that just kind of showed up here, kind of testing the relationships bringing what we do know to the table, some things that we don't know, and it's like, how can we get these pieces to kind of come together here for some? And I even feel there's this energy here, maybe with how the relationships of some of the people we are going forward, you know, we may not be certain of what's going to happen. Very interesting here, Sagittarius. But there is something here, this lovers and this high priestess is a very intentional energy. This is, again, it's not just, I feel like, just wandering about. You know, there's this, it's a, because I'm almost feeling like for some, it's like we've been kind of guessing with this Archer card being here. I'm not like, and maybe there's just something about learning more resources. Maybe there's, if we're at this sort of like crossroads or the sort of intersection here. And this maybe even too, before we get into the season, again, just kind of reflecting on some things that may have happened in your past here. Were there some things that we maybe didn't start off, or maybe something that just didn't come together? Let me get a little bit more with this Queen of Wands, Sagittarius, and then I think I'm gonna pull out of that. Fascinating. Thank you. Yourself. So the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Moon, Pisces energy, and the Star card, Aquarius energy. And you know, Aquarius, I feel that this is the energies of be mindful of whom you're around, one. Because I feel that there's this, because when I'm thinking about Aquarius, the collective consciousness, and Pisces, the collective unconsciousness, there's this, with this walker energy, I'm just thinking about The Walking Dead, and this fear of just kind of wandering aimlessly, doing these sort of base needs. And I feel there's a need that we need to heal maybe some self-esteem. Maybe there's this energy we haven't been feeling, and you know, a need for maybe a bit more ambition with the Queen of Wands, and more so just like an asking yourself of what do you want. Not saying like just go do any old thing, you know, but again, being intentional, being this Moon card is journeying into the unknown, being in reverse here. And there's this mending energy here that I feel that might be with your higher selves here. Just, you know, you got Gemini, just thinking between these two air signs, Gemini and Aquarius. Gemini's ruler Mercury is Aquarius's ruler Uranus is the higher mind, the higher octave of Gemini's ruler Mercury. And so I just feel like that there's these, again, needing to repair maybe some kind of bond here as far as like how we're making choices or something here, Sagittarius. So just be mindful of that. Very interesting. All right, now let's talk about, we're talking about power couples here with the King and Queen of Pentacles. Let's talk about this Libra energy here, because you have a full moon lunar penumbral eclipse, I say that 10 times fast, that's happening in Libra on the 25th of March, and that'll be at about midnight. And this is happening at 5 degrees 7 minutes of Libra. And this, I feel, for you, Sagittarius, can be kind of I feel like maybe even like an exciting opportunity here. The penumbral eclipse itself is a subtle shadow on the moon. So I feel this is you noticing some kind of opportunities here. I feel this is you kind of turning on. That's interesting. Like, to almost like kind of considering you have all this Venus energy as well, kind of turning on this charm a little bit. You know, it's like just like knowing, again, knowing the things to say, meeting with the right type of people, setting these intentions so that things are not just like so that the luck isn't random. It's almost like I've been feeling this for you on and off for a while, this kind of redefinition of what luck is. And I feel like a lot of people would say, like, the Queen of Pentacles, for example, is a very lucky figure. She just seems to just know where to be at the right time, but she just feels the energies. She follows the things that she trusts she's a very self-sustaining type of energy. She's one that, what am I getting from her for you there, Sagittarius? There's this focus on the rabbit here, that maybe we've been maybe a little skittish when it comes to maybe investing in some sort of things or making these sort of commitments. And this doesn't have to just be with a partner, but this can be maybe with a certain, maybe like a passion project or something along those lines here, Sagittarius. But I feel this eclipse can be one for you, because remember the new super moon that happened in Pisces started off this eclipse, and so I feel this could even be a potential to heal that relationship again with Source, considering that you have this sort of almost like very kind of a need to, a lot of journeying energy here, starting with the Archer and then this Walker card here. A need to, And I just feel like this is really for you, paying attention to, maybe you get invited out for something, like a friend wants to invite you somewhere, and then there's this opportunity. It's like it may seem small in that moment, but you may come across a King of Pentacles here, someone who can provide this opportunity, or you get to, and this could be an opportunity for a friendship, this could be an opportunity for a partnership, this could just be an opportunity just to have a great experience, just as far as to meet something there, to get, maybe exchange some ideas, but yeah, because this is forming, again, a sextile energy with your placements there, Sagittarius. And I feel like that can even be, this energy can even be a way for you to almost like bring in just like this new sense of, I don't want to just say balance, but this new sense of maybe purpose, but let me get an oracle on this, Sagittarius, and see what's going on with this energy. I do also feel it with this excitement there, Sagittarius, just being mindful of almost like coming across strong in the energies, and that's because this card has been going around quite a bit here. Thank you, higher self. Hold on, Sagittarius. You got the Puppeteer card here, which is a card of explanations and apologies, and this has been going around quite a bit. Almost every sign, I feel like, has gotten this, at least, yeah, quite a bit. And I feel that there's, for some, there's this energy here about making space for ideas. I feel Sagittarius is one that is wise, that has a lot of experience, that does know a lot, but just keeping open to different perspectives is one that I feel, allowing other explanations to kind of come through, to be in this place where, as well, for everyone, all parties to be unapologetically themselves. I'm even kind of getting here, being mindful of this. I'm even getting here, Sagittarius. So this is, yep. I'm getting a quote here again, and take this as it resonates, but I'm getting energy of sometimes it's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission, I feel. And because there's something kind of manipulative here with the puppeteer, I feel that's coming through for you. And maybe there's this thing of maybe the Empress has been in this she hasn't been able to express her abilities to their fullest, possibly. Maybe we've been apologizing for being ourselves, or something here that may need to be healed here with that energy there, Sagittarius. This Aries energy maybe even can be for some inviting this new level of self-esteem, possibly here. Let's get some tarot on this, Sag, and see what's going on with that. But I do feel with this Mercury retro, oh, is that big papa? But be mindful of this retrograde, of, of harsh words, and of, again, just kind of, thank you, higher self, kind of going off the handle there, Sag. But you have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Judgment card, which is Pluto energy, and then you have your ruler here, Big Papa, the Wheel of Fortune, all in reverse. And then you have the Two of Pentacles upright here, Sag. And for you, I feel maybe in this destiny, maybe we have been just sort of going through, kind of figuring things out. But then maybe there's this direction that is coming here, Sagittarius. And I feel there's this energy with the Two of Pentacles that we know there is a change coming. Jupiter in Capricorn with this Two of Pentacles, I feel, is this expansion of self-expression, of being who you are. This is a very solitary energy, a kind of sitting through in finding, do the things, is your wish and what you've wanted to manifest, does it really resonate with you? And I feel that there is this thing here, maybe in our community, maybe in our friends, maybe in our family, something here I feel like is changing, and we may be in a place where something here where, like I was saying, if someone has been restricting you, and again, I'm not trying to be where we're putting ourselves in any sort of danger or anything, but I feel there's this energy of not needing to ask this energy for permission to do something that is resonating with you, like a dream or something along those lines here. Because this Wheel of Fortune's been feeling kind of maybe trapped in time, maybe with this Taurus energy. Maybe things have been feeling that it's been kind of dragging on. Nothing really, it's like there hasn't been a new opportunity for a while for growth here with the Ace of Pentacles. But now I feel this is getting in a new, syncing up. Something is changing. Something is trying to evolve here with the Judgment card. And I do feel this is going to be a very, very fascinating time for you with this Pluto and Aquarius energy, which we'll talk about here after this Pisces for you over the next 20 years, Sag. But with this kind of this abundant energy here too, with the King of Pentacles, the Empress, the Wheel of Fortune, I feel there may be some changes that are happening, Sag, that in the short term, in the micro, it may not feel that abundant. But in the grand scheme, it's like the universe is helping you get to this King of Pentacles, and even I feel like helping you find this footing here. I feel like it's like either this King or Queen of Pentacles is finding their support in each other here, and something about like some sort of like relationships that we may not have even expected. Something's evolving, like I feel like there's going to be those that we may have counted on that may fall short, possibly Sag. But I do feel that there may be some others that are there to fill in that gap as well. There's some that we may have not noticed before, or hadn't been. It's like we're redistributing our priorities or focus, and establishing a different sense of reciprocity. This King of Swords hasn't been delivering, so now we're going to talk with the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, those who want to be involved with the development of this group. And very interesting there, Sagittarius. Now, with this next energy, we have Pisces, and we have Mars that's in Pisces, we have Saturn in Pisces, and then we have Neptune in Pisces. Now, this may have been a very kind of tricky energy for you, especially with, I feel this Neptune. Let's talk about Neptune first, because Neptune has been in Pisces since 2011 of April, and will be there till the 30th of March 2025. And both Saturn and Neptune are going to be retrograding back and forth between Pisces and Aries. So over that year, before they officially enter in 2026. Now, I feel this Neptune and Pisces over these last maybe 13 years or so, and kind of look back at this, Sagittarius. In what ways have I feel like your intuition been challenged, your spirituality been challenged? Maybe some of these last maybe decade has been, for the most part, I feel like you've been maybe moving along, but maybe there hasn't been, maybe the grand scheme of things has been out of sight. Maybe there's been this, we haven't been sure where the wheel of fortune has been kind of turning you, where the archer is facing, who's really kind of manipulating things behind the scenes here. But we may be looking for explanations and stuff, but I feel this Neptune has been kind of challenging your faith a little bit, in wanting you to push in what you believe in, is expanding your awareness and of your capabilities to not just lean into this luck, but know that there are higher forces kind of guiding you, and learning to lean into that energy a little bit more there, Sagittarius. I feel there have been maybe even some challenges in where we may escape, maybe where we may run from, because both, being, and that's very interesting too, just even thinking about that. Sag being, big sign of motion. Even Pisces being one just of a kind of an evasive energy, one that tends to disappear when the energies can get hard. I feel this could even maybe have challenged where we may have run, and where we may need to face some things. And I feel like showing yourself with compassion all the same, that, as soon as it feels like we stop. That's interesting. I'm almost getting like it's the energy of like, as soon as we stop running, then the healing can begin, the growth can really type of begin. So this could even be inviting you to look at some things where we may have been kind of avoiding there, Sagittarius. But I feel like as Neptune's getting ready to close out this cycle and getting ready to form these, kind of going from this tougher energy to this more harmonious energy. She's starting off this new cycle here, or will be getting ready to start a new 140 some odd year cycle in Aries, starting that next year, where we get that first taste, and we get those. So especially if you have any early degrees of Sagittarius, you would probably really kind of feel that retrograde energy. But I feel that, yeah, just for you, this is like a time to just kind of reflect and get some things grounded, get a sense of direction there going, especially with Saturn, I feel, being in Pisces, because Saturn's been there since last year, 2023, and he'll be there till 2025, where like the Neptune, of course, will be doing that retrograde shuffle. But Saturn here, I feel, is this forming a difficult aspect, that tougher tension energy as well. And it's showing you where you've not been disciplined, maybe where we have, I feel like, escaped, where where we may have lost even our faith in a higher power, in a sense there, Sagittarius. Maybe we've just been kind of going off of this sort of just like kind of la la la, and that's like how I'm kind of picturing you there, Sagittarius. But it's just, I feel the Saturn here wants you to you know, maybe we have this vision, maybe we have this journey, but we haven't just really sat down and just grounded it yet. You know, and it's like, I feel like you're feeling like the King of Pentacles, or you have that potential, like you're just oozing abundance, but we're settling for King of Pentacles when we can be at Empress level here. And nothing wrong with King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles can be comfortable. He's dressed like a pimp. He's got it. But but the Empress, she's lavish. She's creative. She's, you know, it's different. I feel like what this energy is happening is like potential. I feel like is what's going down in here, and I feel that this time has been, this is like Saturn challenging your vision in a sense, you know, challenging your, not just challenging your vision, but I feel like more so challenging your capacity to envision a future, to envision something larger, to make these dreams come true, to journey into the unknown, to walk that path and see where that takes you, and to, again, even kind of just do this unapologetically. Be mindful of how maybe people manipulate where you go. And I don't feel like it has to be necessarily a malicious type of thing, but it could just be where maybe like loved ones have got us distracted. You know, they just haven't been able to see the vision, or they just want to keep you safe. Their heart's in the right place. But let me get some tarot, or get an oracle on this Sagittarius and get some details. Oh, and look at that. Thank you, Iris. In this reading has been alive. I feel like just divine guidance here, Sagittarius, because you have the diviner here, and look at that. And you got this, a card of divine timing and evaluation. And so, potential. Look at the seed in their hand. This is like the Ace of Pentacles. And do you have the Ace of Pentacles? You do have the Ace of Pentacles. Look at that. And both are in reverse, Sagittarius. So I feel this is, what are we doing with gold? what are you doing? You know, you are, again, you get all of the blessings and the luck and things that, you know, poor Pisces, and I was just talking with Pisces about this, that they've, you know, it's different. I feel like how the luck translates on Pisces. But I feel this is you, Sagittarius, just evaluating how you've been making use of the gifts that you are working with, the talents that you have from maybe how you form relationships, you know, how you do Venus energy, how maybe this could be even like your creative capacity. This could even see where maybe your fifth house cusp lies, see where your Venus placement's at, you know, and just find out. Because I feel like there's something here, it's like source, even like this Wheel of Fortune, this big clock here, is like something's been waiting for you to ask or to tap into something. And really, maybe this, I feel this Empress here is just, we're not really allowing the space to be receptive of this spiritual guidance here, to listen to that High Priestess sense, this Lovers. The Lovers for me is like your higher self winking at you there, Sagittarius. And I feel like your higher self's been winking at you this entire reading here. So this is a time, I feel, for you to be the diviner. It's one thing, because here's my thing when it comes to astrology, tarot, all of that. This, it's a map, you know. This is not meant to tell you what to do or how you, this is to see how you resonate with certain energies, with certain free. How does Sagittarius, how do you translate if you happen to have Venus in Sagittarius in the fifth house? How do you interpret that energy? You know, what does that look like for you? I would, if that were me, if I had to put myself in that shoes, you know, I would want to try to maybe see if there are different cultural, artistic things that I can work with. You know, maybe trying different foods, trying different things, that making these different types of friendships, going about groups that are different from myself, learning those types of things there. Actually, I have a Sagittarius at the fifth house cusp. So this is very interesting here, Sagittarius. This is a time, I feel, of, especially that new moon solar eclipse. I feel you want to to feel more in alignment with yourself in your abilities here, because I feel that this could be an opportunity for change in the direction that you're wanting there, Sagittarius. But get almost like a Four of Cups energy, where we're just like, you may not be feeling this thing deep enough there. And fascinating. Might be something getting in the way of that, Sagittarius. Hold on. Interesting one. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay. Thank you yourself. Alrighty. So you have here, Sag, the Five of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Wands, and the Tower in reverse. And then you have the Devil upright, and the Devil and the Fool upright. The Tower is Mars energy, the Fool is Uranus, and the Devil is Capricorn. And I'm getting strong, kind of drawn to that when I was talking about Two of Pentacles being Jupiter and Capricorn, considering you have both of those energies here. And even that Three of Pentacles with Mars and Capricorn being here. You know, I feel that there is this energy of... I feel like this Devil here has been keeping you out of this timeline. Or keeping you out of divine timing, in a sense. I feel that this is... something here has been keeping you. There's some decisions that you're making that are keeping you. I feel this Devil here is catering to these baser needs. These needs that I feel keep you safe, keep you in a comfort zone, but do they keep you feeling abundant? You know, there's something here too with the Seven of Wands being here. I'm getting an energy of like maybe we've been told that it's like we've been criticized. So like you can't explain why you needed to do something, but maybe there was this criticisms here. You know, it's not about worrying, I feel, about the opinions of others with what you're getting ready to do here, Sagittarius. Again, that energy of it's easier to ask for permission than forgiveness. And I do feel, again, it's not, I don't feel like you're doing anything that's putting you in any danger, but I feel like it's more so about the Tower's initiating this change. And this is you taking that change in your hands here, Sagittarius, jumping into the unknown with the Fool being here. This is you taking some sort of new start that's getting ready to pop up here. And I feel that I almost feel like that this energy is asking you to not be, for some, almost so on guard, even with the Seven of Wands here. And being receptive to those divine energies, in a sense. You know, we may have been disappointed in the past, maybe when we trusted our intuition possibly, but I feel that it was in that lesson there was something bigger that may have happened here, some things that may have needed to go down, some emotions that needed to be learned, that needed to be felt in the grand scheme of things. You know, we may not, it's like how this Tower is, this eye is on the bottom here now. We may be seeing it from a lower place, in like this energy here. I know it's asking us to look from a higher perspective here. Uranus, the higher mind. And trust in divine timing, Sagittarius. You know, something here is telling you, I feel like it's giving this signal here that it's time to make a move, or it's time to get some things into motion. Again, being more present, being more intentional with what's going on. And I even feel this Fool here is a not trying to fear the future. You know, we're living the future in the present. And, you know, we're living all the timelines in this present energy. The present is what matters here. I feel that can be where Aquarius sometimes energy can sometimes get lost, because Uranus is the fool is the modern ruler of Aquarius. And I feel sometimes that Aquarius energy is towards the future. But again, the future, Uranus time flows differently than it does when we talk about Saturn, the traditional ruler of Aquarius. There's this grounded sense with Saturn. You know, there's this time has order. But with Uranus, there is no order. There's only divine order. You know, let's talk about this energy here in with Aquarius, because you have Pluto that's in Aquarius. Oh, and I love this that you got both Mars and Pluto here. That's deep change, Sagittarius. When you got the Tower and the Judgment here, but I feel this is a change that you're gonna need to and well, not maybe want, but I feel like you need to evaluate if you want to make this shift or not. But this Pluto in Aquarius, I feel Pluto's gonna be in Aquarius until 2043, and then when he gets to Pisces, you know, that's going to be forming a square with your sign. So it's like, enjoy this energy. And that's not to sound like a warning there, Sagittarius, but this is more so time for you to, I feel Pluto is giving you an opportunity to learn more about where you're going. This is giving you the freedom to ask yourself, what direction do you want to go, to dig deep. Am I doing the stuff that really matters to me, that raises my vibration? Not just raises my vibration, but raises the vibration for others as well. Something that I can use to pass down this wisdom. That's interesting. The King of Swords is giving me this energy of this wisdom in action here, Sagittarius. And I just feel that this is an opportunity for you to, as well, to, how fascinating, I feel like, to understand the collective mind a bit easier through your interactions with others. That's so cool. To get to share the stories around, to share the knowledge, the things that you, and it's like, something very enlivening and very enriching is happening. I feel like that can be here for you with this Pluto and Aquarius energy over this year, depending on where you focus. You know, this is, all this stuff is happening in divine timing here. So evaluate where you're at. All of your oracle stuff here has been in reverse, Sagittarius. So I feel this is the time to see where things have been just gotten out of control, and where we can start plant new seeds for beginnings. But let me get your last oracle card here, Sag. But I feel this diviner, that energy of like, you know, maybe for some we may feel that we were too late with an energy, but it's not, it's never too late. It's only too, you know, it's like everything is going how they're supposed to. You know, even if you're starting up whatever at whatever time, I just feel that it was supposed to be how it was meant to. So, you know, whoever, you know. All right, Sag. Take care of yourself. Love that. So, Sagittarius, and this is a strong ending here. And this is absolutely, I feel like, Venus in the 5th house. So you have the Painter card here, Sag, which is a card of productivity and creation. So this is, I feel the energies are inviting you, Sagittarius, to get creative, to look at the stuff, look at this journey that the things that have been created on your journey. How productive have we been in this journey? Have we been a little absent in it? Have we just kind of gone on autopilot? Have we just sort of, because that's what it feels like, Sagittarius. It's different than you trusting, you know, just kind of your intuition. It does feel, it's almost like not even like, it's like a loss, but not even realizing this. It's like something has gotten so routine, maybe even. And it's like there's a need to, kind of grow from that. And there's this energy too. I feel there's a need to create there, Sagittarius. A need to express oneself, again, especially with that Venus in the fifth house energy. How we started. Did we start with the Empress? I don't remember we started with the Empress, but definitely Empress, I mean, came through. So let's get your last tarot cards here, Sagittarius. Very interesting, Sagittarius. I'm with that. That's very strong there too. When those three pop out for me, that's like. All right. Thank you, yourself. So last little bit here, Sag. Oh, and you for the win. I love it. See. Told you, higher self's been winking at you all this whole reading. So there you are, Sagittarius, the Temperance card in reverse, and then you got the Three of Swords in reverse here, Sag. That's fine. Because there's change coming, because you have the Death card upright and the Knight of Cups here. Both Scorpio energy for me. And let's switch back over. Because I feel with the Temperance card here, Sagittarius, let's start with you. That's something I feel is like it's trying to be integrated here with the Temperance card being here. Something that I feel may be a type of fear, possibly. Because even when I was telling you about that trine energy with Aries, maybe for something here we're needed to find harmony in the fear that Aries energy kind of brings, because they're a very courageous sign, but courage needs that fear in order to keep it fueled, in order for it to keep rising up. And I feel that there's something here, Sagittarius, that this change may bring about some feelings, but you'll heal from it with the Three of Swords. I feel this is already just going to let you know you're going to recover from this thing. But I feel that the integration, I feel, needs to, it doesn't need to happen. Again, these energies they don't force you to do anything. But I feel if we want any real meaningful change here, if there's something that feels off for you, Sagittarius, because again, the Death card, the Tower, and the Judgment card here, all of them are associated with Scorpio. Mars is the traditional ruler of Scorpio. Pluto is the modern ruler here. So, and that's very interesting. There are a lot of energies here of, with different signs being here with their rulers, and just a lot of majors here in general. You and Pisces, I feel like, have like something kind of cooking up here with this Aries season that I feel Jupiter is asking you both are the things that are, just look at the things are in your life. Look at the things that are opposing you in your life, and how can we incorporate the best parts of both of those worlds, in a sense, to lead to this change. How do we make maybe an impossible situation, how do we find another option, is what I'm kind of getting with this. And it's very interesting. Last little thing here, Sag. I'm just looking at kind of the order that you're going here, that you have from the Death card. The Death card goes into the Temperance, into the Tower, or into the Devil, to the Tower, to the Star, to the Moon. And it's like you're working your way to this happiness, getting towards because the Sun is after that. But it's just something here. It's the energy starts with change in that chain, and then where the resistance first starts is with you, Sagittarius, with the Temperance being in reverse. So there's something here that we're learning that's we need to get creative and see what creation is coming out of this, is what I'm getting. So and even you kind of whipping up some things here. The Temperance card can be this kind of like this alchemy, is what I'm getting here, Sag. So, but if you like that, Sagittarius, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. Oh, there it is. And share the Sag, because I feel when fire energy doesn't have an outlet to go, that's where frustrations happen. That's when that's when fire becomes that soothing, warm light, and it turns into something destructive. And then it gets chaotic, and then things get out of whack, and then we're on a whole devil situation. We don't know what the hell happened. So I just feel this is something here about just, just kind of finding yourself, being mindful of, It's something to be mindful of there, Sag. And then subscribe there, Temperance. Hit that bell button to get notified on these videos each week. And then last few things here, Sagittarius. If you're curious about how these energies, again, are working in your chart, check the links in the description box down below for the services that I provide. I also have them on my Instagram page as well there, Sag. And we can see how these energies are translating in your chart, where the energies may be providing change, see where maybe Pluto's doing some work. Pluto's actually in my 6th house, going to be there for quite a while. And we can see how we can work with these energies here. And then, maybe while we're just looking over your chart, maybe we discover you have a little Cancer in your placement there. You have the High Priestess here. You can come over to my other channel. Not that you need her. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, come on over to the Chariot and Friends. I actually know this Sag has I think it's actually they have their Mars retrograde in Cancer. He's a character. But yeah, come on over to the Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday. There's sometimes the occasional weekend, and we discuss lunar shenanigans. So even if you're just curious about wanting to know what the moon is doing, if you've always felt a special bond or relationship with the moon, you can find out what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void of course, just lunar shenanigans. And it's a great old time there, Sagittarius. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, Sag, so I can get you out of here. Ha! Love that. You got the 3 of Wands here, which is the Sun in Aries. So I feel that look at you got a plane flying overhead here. This guy, the walker, he's on foot. You got these boats. Maybe there's a sailor we're meeting, but I feel that this is going on some sort of adventure. This is coming to a crossroads here. Maybe we've been just stuck at a crossroads, and now it's time to make a decision, time to make a move. The archer's been holding the pose, holding his mark, and now it's time to let that go. See where things land you. It's so fascinating. I've been seeing these waves of just like random nostalgia hits with just like Pokemon and stuff, and I almost feel like it's like I'm picturing you like starting up your new adventure again. Like that's like the Pokemon screen just kind of popped up in my head there, Sag. So this can be exciting for you, and the evolutions that you can go, and the people that you're going to meet along the way. And let me get your other oracle card here, Sag, so I can get you out of here. Nope, never mind. We're just not going to talk about it. Well, Sniper, I don't remember if I pulled another oracle card for Pisces, but it's fine. It's their birthday season. And if you're Pisces, you didn't hear that. Oh, and definitely don't tell them because you're getting too Sag. This is how I'll make up for it. Thank you myself. Interesting, Sag. So you have the Festival card here, and you have the Adorn card. And I feel this Adorn card is, who are you trying to be? You know, are the masks that you're putting on masks that others have created for you? Or are you ready to create your own mask to celebrate in the uniqueness that is you? You know, I feel maybe that explanation, that apology, you owe yourself an explanation about if that's something that's been resonating with you. But why haven't you been resonating in your power? You know, been in your, I don't need you to be me or me to be you or you to be Bill or Bill to be Sally. You know, this is a time to be our individual selves and celebrate in that. You know, that's what this Pluto in Aquarius is, finding power in uniqueness, finding power in the people, us accepting each other's in this, in the power that we all bring together and how powerful we are together, that collective type of energy here. And I feel that this is you. What I feel this Adorn card could become, Sagittarius, is you going in with in a relationship with that kind of blank slate energy, that open-mindedness, and just take what resonates with you and see how that gets you to grow. But yeah, there's something here about, I'm just picturing you just celebrating in different cultures and different energies and maybe different literature, maybe appreciating different art forms, different languages, whatever that's looking like for you. But something here, maybe this is adorning yourself in different maybe clothing, you know, whatever that is. But it's very exciting and very inventive, very creative. So yeah, look into that, Sagittarius. But you stay safe out there with this archer, you archer. Stay safe out there wherever you're walking to, wherever things are going. And again, know that it's all happening in divine timing there, Sagittarius. Raise your vibration through the roof. This is exciting here. I'm with it. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.